Dear students, I am Dr. Shikha Bhatt, Assistant Professor of Tourism at Government PG College Ambala Kent. This online lecture has been prepared under the aegis of Director General Higher Education Haryana for undergraduate tourism management students. The topic of today's lecture is Brideshwar Temple. For aspects of Brideshwar Temple. Brideshwar Temple was built by Raja Raja Chola I from Chola dynasty. He built this temple in the year 1010 AD. Location of this temple is here in Tanjore district of Tamil Nadu. Architecture is Dravidian architecture. Special feature of this temple is it is entirely built of more than 1,30,000 tons of granite. It was designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in the year 1987. Timing of opening of this temple is 6 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It opens on all days of the week. There is no entry fee to enter this temple, and best time to visit Brideshwar temple is from October to March. History of Brideshwar temple. Emperor from Chola dynasty, namely Raja Raja I, started the construction of the Brideshwar temple in the 19th year of its reign. A major source of information related to its building and construction has been the inscriptions that run throughout the temple's plinth. One inscription reads, "The king on the 275th day of the 25th year of reign, AD 1010, presented a gold-covered finial to be planted on the top of the Viman of the temple." This means that it took a mere 6 years for this architectural brilliance to be completed. Raja Raja named the temple after himself and called it Raja Rajeshwaram. The king installed a massive Shivling in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and according to the inscriptions, the ling was called by the name Advalaran, Dakshina Meru, Vitankan, and Raja Rajeshwaram, Udyar. For the longest time, even during the rule of the Pandyans, who built the Amman shrine in the temple complex, the temple was known by the name given by its builder. It is said that years later, the deity came to be associated with the name Thiruperuvidyar, the great lord in Tamil, and Brihatishwar was its Sanskrit translation. Amma was given the Sanskrit name Brihat Naiki or Brihan Naiki, the great lady. This might have been the origin of the name Brihadeshwar, given to the temple. Though none of the inscription or hymns of the time talk about the switch from Raja Rajeshwaram to Brideshwar. Situated near the banks of Kaveri, the Brideshwar temple dominates the then capital of the Cholas, Tanjore, standing on the highest point in the area. This architectural marvel was built without the use of mortar or any other adhesive. The inscriptions record that the chief architect who executed the plan envisaged by the ruler was Raja Raja Perunthachen, Perum meaning big and Thachan meaning carpenter. He is said to have built some of the greatest temples of the time, which shows that Raja Raja employed the best architects, artisans and sculptors to create this great temple. This is Brideshwar temple map. The temple and its components are situated on the east-west axis. The plan of the Brideshwar temple consists of Maratha entrance, followed by Keraltakan Gopuram, next Rajan Gopuram, Nandi Mandapam, Varahi Shrine, On its west, there is South Cloister Mandapam. This is main complex of Brideshwar temple, Garbhgriha, surmounted by Viman. This is interpretation center, son of Lord Shiva. Ganesha shrine is here. This is Karuvar Deva shrine. Here is Subramanya shrine. Next is Chandikeshwar shrine. This is North Cloister Mandapam. Here is Amma shrine. And this is Nataraj Mandapam. Before entering into the main temple complex, one has to pass through an entrance leading towards a small fort and watchtower surrounded by the moat. This entrance is known as Maratha entrance. It lies in front of the Kelantakan Gopuram and constructed by King Sevappa Nayaka of 16th century CE. Later it was renovated by the Maratha kingdom in early 18th century. On Maratha entrance, one can see the images of Shiva and Parvati at the center top, then Ganesha on left and Kartikeya on right. Brahma and Mahavishnu are placed at the extreme ends of this center group. Dynasty's lion emblem and Nandi bull can also be seen at both the ends. Within a double-walled enclosure, the Brideshwar is a typical Dravidian style temple entered from the east through massive gateways called Gopurams. This temple significantly has two Gopurams. The first one called Keralantakan Gopuram, which was built to commemorate Raja Raja's victory over the Cheras. This Gopuram has 5 stories and is comparatively less ornate than the second one. A few meters away, the second Gopuram called the Raja Rajan Gopuram pierces the wall which runs along the 4 sides of the temple enclosing the temple courtyard. This Gopuram is elaborately decorated with scenes from Puranic texts and has 2 monolithic Dwarpals, you can see here, guarding the entrance. This Gopuram also has carvings of scenes from Lord Shiva's life. Beyond the Gopuram is the Nandi Mandap, a later addition to the temple. Built by the Nayaka rulers, it houses the massive monolithic Nandi, almost 12 feet high and 8 feet wide. The ceiling of the Nandi Mandap is ornately decorated with paintings of the Nayaka rulers. Main temple of Brideshwar temple complex. At first, rectangular surrounding wall 270 meter by 140 meter marks the outer boundary. The main temple in the center of the spacious quadrangle composed of a sanctuary, a Nandi, a pillared hall and an assembly hall, and many sub-shrines. The most important part of the temple is the inner mandap, which is surrounded by massive walls that are divided into levels by sharply cut sculptures and pilasters providing deep bays and recesses. Each side of the sanctuary has a bay emphasizing the principal cult icons. The Karuvarai, a Tamil word meaning the interior of the sanctum sanctorum, is the innermost sanctum and focus of the temple, where an image of the primary deity Shiva resides. Inside is a huge stone ling. The word Karuvarai means warm chamber, from Tamil word Karu for fetus. Only priests are allowed to enter this innermost chamber. In the Dravidian style, the Karuvarai takes the form of a miniature Viman with other features exclusive to the southern Indian temple architecture, such as the inner wall together with the outer wall creating a pradakshina around the Garbhgriha for circumambulation. The entrance is highly decorated. The inside chamber housing the image of the god is the sanctum sanctorum, the Garbhgriha. The Garbhgriha is square and sits on a plinth its location calculated to be a point of total equilibrium and harmony, as it is representative of a microcosm of the universe. In the center is placed the image of the deity. The royal bathing hall where Raja the Great gave gifts is to the east of the hall of Irumudi Soran. The inner mandap leads out to a rectangular mandap and then to a 20-column porch with 3 staircases leading down. Sharing the same stone plinth is a small open mandap dedicated to Nandi, Shiva sacred bull mount. Over the Garbhagriha is the most striking feature of the Brideshwar temple, the Viman. Over 200 feet high with 13 stories, this gigantic Viman is called the Dakshin Meru, named after the abode of Lord Shiva, the Mount Kailash. With several tiers decreasing in size, this structure appears to be pyramidal in shape. According to the Vastu Shastra, Viman with more than 5 tiers were considered to be superior. With one of the tallest Vimans, the Brideshwar temple showcases the might of the ruler and his dominance over the area. The Viman is said to have been built using the interlocking technique, in which blocks of stones are strategically placed, evenly distributing the pressure throughout the structure. The base of the Viman is wide enough to withstand the weight of the towering structure on top. As a result, the Viman stands tall without any traces of inclination. The entire tower is ornately decorated, with each tier filled with niches at regular intervals and images of gods. The highlight of the Viman is the Stupika, the large dome structure crowning the last tier. Over the years, engineers and architects have tried to understand how this Stupika, which is a block of stone weighing over 80 tons, was raised to such a height. It is believed that a ramp or an inclined plane was set up and almost 1,000 captive elephants hold the stone in order to raise it to the top of the Viman. For the ramp to reach such a great height, it had to be over 4 miles long, commencing from a nearby village called Sarapallam. The stupika is decorated with two Nandi figures seated sideways but heads turned in front on each corner. On top of the stupika is the gold covered kalasam that has been mentioned in the inscriptions marking the end of the construction of the temple. Brianki Amma Temple, northeast of main sanctum complex. This shrine was constructed during the later Pandya period in 14th century. There was no separate shrine to Amma attached to any temple during the Middle Chola period. However, as per epigraphical record, there was sub-shrine at the back of present Amma shrine in the cloister hall to Amma known as Parivaralithu Uma Patraki. In the plan, the temple has a Garbhagriha, an Arth Mandapam, a Mahamandap, and a Mukhya Mandap added during the later Naika period. The pillars of Mukhya Mandap show Vijayanagar style of architecture. There are two other subsidiary shrines in the north side of Brideshwar temple. One is Chandikeshwar shrine and another one is Kartikeya shrine. Chandikeshwar shrine, a south-facing shrine with an intricately carved superstructure and an octagonal shikhar at the top. This is similar to the one in Gaikondam. The temple plan has a Garbhagriha and an earth mandap. This shrine signifies that ordinary human being can be elevated to the place next to the god by his true devotion. Many Chola period inscriptions are found in this plinth and pillars. In the western courtyard, a small shrine for Karuvar Devar is present. He was a saint and said to be the preceptor of Raja. A later erected shrine with modern era style construction. Karuvar Devar is said to be one among the venerated Siddhas of the Tamil people. Ganesha shrine is located in the southwest corner of Brideshwar temple. A record from its front mandap refers that the front mandap was the addition by Maratha king Sarfoji II. It houses a large sculpture of Ganpati and has a wealth of Marathi inscriptions on the steps leading to the shrine. Subramanya Shrine is located at the northwest corner. This Kartikeya shrine is built on a base of around 45 square feet, is believed to date from the Nayaka period. The sanctum houses Subramanya with six faces seated in Sukhshasan on his mount, the peacock. The deity peacock and the Tiruvasi around the deity have all been carved from a single stone. On both sides of the deity are sculptures of his two wives, Vali and Devsena, in standing poses. The entire shrine is a masterpiece of carved stone sculpture and a wealth of rich detailing. The six-pillared Mukh Mandap seen in its front resembles the Vijayanagar style of architecture. The temple has chola frescoes on the walls around the sanctum sanctorum portraying Shiva in action, destroying demonic forts, dancing and sending a white elephant to transport a devotee to heaven. These frescoes, discovered in the 1940s by the S.K. Govindsamy of the Annamalai University, portray the mythological episodes of the journey of the Saint Sundar and the King Chera to heaven, the battle scene of Tirupurantaka, Lord Shiva with Asur. The Chola artists have proved their mettle by portraying even the Asur woman with a sense of beauty. Some of the paintings in the Sanctum Sanctorum and the walls in the passage had been damaged because of the soot that had deposited on them once upon a time. Owing to the continuous exposure to smoke and soot from the lamps and burning of camphor in the Sanctum Sanctorum over a period of centuries, certain parts of the Chola paintings on the circumambulatory passage walls had been badly damaged. The Tanjore Nayak kings replaced them with a few paintings of their own about 400 years ago. The Archaeological Survey of India, for the first time in the world, used its unique de-stucco process to restore 16 Nayak paintings, which were superimposed on 1,000-year-old Chola frescoes. These 400-year-old paintings have been mounted on the fiberglass boards displayed at a separate pavilion. Festivals at Brideshwar Temple. The day of the ruling star, Sapti Shag, is treated as a festival day every month, since it symbolizes the ruling star at the time of the birth of Raja Raja Chola I. The annual festival is held in the month of Vishak for 9 days. During the annual festival, the deity is bathed with the water soaked with the fragrant champak flower. Apart from these, other festivals celebrated at the Brideshwar temple with full fervor are Natyanjali, the annual dance festival held in the month of February; Pongal, Navratri in the month of September-October; Pradosham once in a fortnight; Panchami Abhishekam for goddess Varahi every Panchami in a fortnight; Grivalyam every full moon day. To celebrate 1000 years of building of Brideshwar temple, on 26 September 2010, as a recognition of Brideshwar Temple's contribution to the country's cultural, architectural, epigraphical history, a special Rupee 5 postage stamp featuring the 216 feet tall giant Raja Gopuram was released by India Post. Mumbai Mint issued Rs 1000 commemorative coin with the same picture as on the Rupee 5 coin. It was the first 1000 rupees coin to be released in the Republic of India coinage. This coin was a non-circulative legal tender. On April 1, 1954, the Reserve Bank of India released a 1000 rupee currency note featuring a panoramic view of the Brideshwar temple, marking its cultural heritage and significance. In 1975, the then government led by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi demonetized all Rupee 1000 currency notes in an effort to curtail black money. How to reach Fatehpur Sikri? Fatehpur Sikri is well connected to nearby cities by road transport. Some of the nearby places with their approximate distance by road are as follows. Fatehpur Sikri to Agra is 36 kilometers. Fatehpur Sikri to Delhi 243 kilometers. Fatehpur Sikri to Jaipur, 205 kilometers. Fatehpur Sikri to Bharatpur, 25 kilometers. Fatehpur Sikri to Ajnera, 18 kilometers. Fatehpur Sikri to Gwalior, 140 kilometers. By air, Fatehpur Sikri does not have airport, but the nearby airports are Khedia Airport, Agra, Sangner Airport, Jaipur, Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi. By rail, Fatehpur Sikri has its railway station, but very few trains have stoppage here. Most of the trains stop at Agra, from where people can come to the city by road. The nearby railway stations are Agra, Bharatpur, and Ajnera. This is the MCQ test developed out of this lecture. It comprises of 12 questions and each question has 4 options to answer. Let's discuss one by one. Question number 1. In which state is Brideshwar temple located? Option A Kerala, B Tamil Nadu, C Karnataka, D Odisha. Question number 2. Name the presiding god in Brideshwar temple. Option A Lord Ram, B Lord Shiva, C Lord Krishna, D Lord Brahma. Question number 3. Brideshwar temple is known as option 1 Dakshina Meru, B Uttar Meru, C Paschim Meru, or D Purab Meru. Question number 4. Which great king of Chola dynasty built the Brideshwar temple? Option A Krishnadev Raya, B Chhatrapati Shivaji, C Raja Raja Chola I, or D Narsimha I. Question number 5. What does the term Brihat in Brideshwar temples signify? Option A big, B small, C short, D long. Question 6. Name dash of Brideshwar temple is one of the tallest in the world. Option A the Viman, tower above the Sanctum Sanctorum, B the temple pillar, C the temple flagstaff, D the temple stairs. Question number 7. How is Lord Shiva worshipped in Brideshwar temple? Option A Shiv Ling, B in the form of Nataraj, C in the form of Dakshinmukhi, D in the form of Shiv Parivar. Question number D. The Brideshwar temple is also commonly known as option A the unique temple, B the big temple, C the great temple, or D the long temple. Question number 9. How tall are the sculpted Dwarpalas, guardian of the sanctum of the temple? Option A 6 feet, B 8 feet, C 3 feet, or option D 12 feet. Question number 10. Name the town where Brideshwar temple is located. Option A Tanjore, B Trichy, C Madurai, or option D Cochin. Question number 11. Which of these in the Brideshwar temple was carved out of a single stone monolithic? Option A Nandi, B flagstaff, C corridor, D snake. Question number 12. How old is Brideshwar temple? Option A about 300 years old, option B about 700 years old, C, about 500 years old, and option D, about 1000 years old. This is the answer list of MCQ tests given above. Attempt questions and check your answers. Thanks. Enjoy learning.